am making 4 easy vegan breakfast ideas that are beginner friendly. I am making sweet potato breakfast scramble, bagel with hummus, tomatoes, and avocado, vegan breakfast burrito, and my grits with my savory mushrooms. Let's get into it. We're going to begin making my sweet potato breakfast scramble. This dish right here is so delicious, so savory, and it's a very good breakfast idea. So you want to take 1 sweet potato, cube it up into chunks like this. I left the skin on. Then you want to, on a baking sheet with parchment paper, get some olive oil of your choice. You can use avocado oil, but the oil is going to help the seasoning stick to the sweet potatoes. So you want to make sure you massage all that oil on your potatoes. And of course, friends, season to your likings. I'm using some smoked paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, and sea salt. And then I'm going to give that a mix as well, just to make sure all the seasonings is coated on each potato. Then you want to bake at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes, turning them over about halfway through. And while our sweet potatoes are cooking, we're going to go ahead and prepare the remaining of our ingredients. So I'm going to dice up some white onions, some green bell peppers, and some red bell peppers. Now I am going to be using some Beyond sausage links. You can also use the Beyond sausage in a tube, but I couldn't find it at any grocery store. But the links are just as good. But I want my sausage to be scrambled, so I'm just going to remove the casings from the sausage links. In a non-stick skillet, I'm going to add some olive oil so I can cook my sausage. I'm going to cook my sausage until they become golden brown like this. Then I'm going to add in my peppers and onions and give that a good mix. Now I had kale on hand, but you can also add spinach if you like, but since I didn't have any, all I had was kale. I'm going to throw in a handful of chopped kale. I'm going to cover it up to allow the steam to cook down the kale. Now that my potatoes are done, I am going to add them to the skillet and give that a good mix. Look at that. That looks so delicious. I'm gonna, re-season my food because we like flavor. So I'm gonna season with the same spices except the sea salt. Now at this point, guys, pretty much everything is done. So all we got left to cook is our just egg. So in the same skillet, I'm gonna just push the sweet potato mixture to the side of the skillet just so I can make room for the just egg and we don't have to dirty up another pan. And I seasoned my just egg with some black salt just to help boost that egg taste. And then once it looks like scrambled eggs, go ahead and just mix it with the remaining ingredients in the skillet, and you're pretty much done with the dish at this point. Now I like to top mine with either salsa or sriracha. I didn't have any salsa, so I went ahead and topped mine with some sriracha. With a little spice, a little kick, breakfast is served. If your time is limited, this bagel with hummus, tomato, and avocado is your friend. Plus, you get all your macronutrients to jumpstart your morning. I found this a vegan bagel at my local grocery store. I cut it in half and added some butter because I'm going to toast this bagel. Not in a toaster, I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the oven at 350 for a few minutes. And while the bagel is cooking, I'm going to prepare my hummus. Now you can choose any hummus to your liking. This right here is roasted red pepper hummus. And for some reason, I really love adding nutritional yeast to my hummus. So I'm just adding some nutritional yeast and giving that a mix. You should try it. Put nutritional yeast in your hummus and eat it with some carrots or some celery. It is really delicious. I'm going to go ahead and prepare my avocado, and I'm just going to cut these in slices. Once your bagels are done, they're well, nice and toasted, we're going to go ahead and top our bagels with some of that hummus on there. We're also going to top it with some thinly sliced tomatoes. And we're going to top it with our avocados. And I'm going to season mine instead of using the everything bagel seasoning. I have this butter garlic seasoning, and it tastes really good. And you can pair this with some fresh fruit of your choice. This makes for a good, well-balanced breakfast. You get your carbs, you have your fat, and you have your protein all in one for a nice, quick, easy breakfast. Now, this is one of my favorite breakfast meals because you can't go wrong with a breakfast burrito. I'm going to start by slicing and preparing my vegetables. So I'm going to slice up some green bell peppers, some white onions, and some red bell peppers. I'm using the remaining of my Beyond sausage links, and again, I'm removing the casings because I want to scramble this up for my burrito. So I'm going to go ahead and brown my sausage in a skillet with some oil just until they're about golden brown. And once they're golden brown and look a little something like this, you want to go ahead and remove them and set them aside. And to the same skillet, I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers and my onions, and you want to just cook it into your desired texture. I like mine to still have a bite to it, but once you reach your desired texture, you want to go ahead and remove that as well and set that aside. In the same skillet, I'm going to add some vegan butter because now we're going to cook our just egg. And I like to season my just egg with some black pepper, some sea salt, and some nutritional yeast. And I'm going to add in some black salt just to help bring out that eggy taste. And you're going to just cook this until they begin to look like scrambled eggs. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble our burrito. I have my just egg mixture. I have some vegan cheese, and I'm going to put on my sausage and my peppers and onions and wrap this baby up. And I'm going to cook the wrap just to help boost and bring out those flavors of the wrap and to help melt that cheese a little bit. Look at that deliciousness. That looks so good. And I like to just serve mines with, I like to add fruit to my breakfasts most times. So I have some mandarin oranges, I have some avocados there, and of course I served it with some salsa. Looking for a savory breakfast? My grits and mushrooms got you. For this recipe, I am using Quaker old-fashioned white grits, and I'm just cooking according to the instructions on the back of the package. So I used 2 cups of water and a half a cup of grits with a pinch of salt. Growing up as a kid, guys, I really did not like grits at all. But now that I'm older, my taste buds have matured, I eat this at least once a week. So now we're going to prepare our mushrooms. In a non-stick skillet, I'm adding some olive oil, some vegan butter, and I'm using an assortment of mushrooms, which is a mixture of baby bella, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms. They all came in one pack at the grocery store. And I'm going to add in some diced white onions to give that a mix. And I want my mushroom sauce to be a little thick, so I'm making a cornstarch slurry. I'm only using a vegetable broth and cornstarch for that, so I'm just going to mix that up ahead of time and add that in a little later. To my mushroom mixture, I am adding in some minced garlic, thyme, black pepper, sea salt, and I'm going to add in some vegan W sauce. Now you don't want to add a lot, but you do want to add just a little. And I'm going to give that all a mix. Now I'm going to add in my slurry to kind of make a gravy kind of. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I really do just be making things up, but I have had this before and it's really good. And I decided to add a dollop of vegan butter. I don't know why, maybe just because I wanted it to. So we're just gonna go ahead and let this simmer and let this thicken up. And I'm gonna go ahead and check on my grits. And my grits look done. So I'm adding some nutritional yeast. And I'm gonna add in a little unsweetened almond milk, only because my grits felt like they were getting too thick. And just like that, let's plate our breakfast with these savory mushrooms on top of your grits. We're gonna add in some melted vegan butter. And then we're also going to top it with some chives. And enjoy. Thanks guys for watching today's video, and if you find anything in this video helpful or useful along your vegan journey, please subscribe to the channel for more. And if you tried any of these recipes, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.